Okay, so now part four. So now I see this access road. I was like, is that a shortcut? I mean, is that a shortcut? Maybe I should just take a shortcut. So I go down this gravel road. And I'm like, why? Like later, I'm like, yeah, why just alter the perfect plan right there? Just improvise. Go down this access road, it's gravel, and I realize it's like a power plant, sanitation place. It's just dead ends at this empty like sanitation plant or whatever, power plant or water plant. It's like, oh no. So I'm like, oh, riding the bike too fast. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I go to do a U-turn, probably like 45 miles an hour. Bike just flies out from underneath me. Fly like a turtle on my stomach, like all over the gravel. Rings going, the little cases, rings flying hither and yon. I look down at my hand, I've split it wide open. I think you can still see the scar there. No, not really. It was a black line. Anyway, got 8 stitches later. Anyway, so I'm just like, holy shit, now I'm fucked. I'm looking up, I'm like out of breath. I'm kind of fucked up, disoriented. Took a good beat down in that wreck, covered in dust. And I look down at the bike, and I think the bike is fucked. And so I'm like, oh man. So I kind of like, okay, get your shit together. Take off these sweats, throw them on the ground. Now you're in white sweats, whatever. There's the rings. Okay, put them in the pockets. Okay, you're good. Now the bike. So I pick up the bike. The handlebars are twisted from the wreck, and I'm like, will it start? Boom, boom, it starts. I'm like, holy shit, I'm back in the game. All right, put the helmet on. We're back. Now this part of the story you're going to think is fictitious, but it's absolutely in the reports and true. So I'm like, because of the way the handlebars are twisted or whatever, messed up the wiring of the bike. And the result was when I took the next turn, the horn went off and stuck permanently. It was like I turn and I hear this beep. And I'm like, what the? I look down at the bike, I'm like, and I'm thinking I can just pull these wires, maybe the wire from the thing, but I'm still trying to ride. And as I'm doing that, I ride right past like a state trooper or a chip or something. He's standing there writing a ticket. He looks at me, like stares at me as I'm going by. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? So I get to my next turn, the rehearsed turn, but I'm like, the horn's not going off. I can't ride this fucking bike down the freeway like this. Although I should have. Anyway, so I pull into this parking lot. I'm like, okay, regrease, new plan. Park this bike, shut it off, horn goes off. Okay, cool. I'm like, there's the other mall right there. I got the jewels. I'll just have to walk over to that mall and new plan, get on a bus, whatever. So as I get off the bike, that trooper pulls in behind me in his car. And he goes, hey. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what happened to you? And I mean, I looked like shit. I was like covered in dirt, blood, bike's fucked up. And I go, officer, to tell you the truth, I have been riding a little recklessly and I took a spill, but I'm okay. So thanks for asking. And he goes, yeah, wait a minute. Why are you sweating so much? And I was like, I had performed a jewel heist, wore 2 pairs of sweats, ran 150 yards, had 4 shots of tequila. I think probably I could have been the sweatiest man in history at that point. It was like I was in a shower. It was like coming down my face in waves. And I remember when after he said that, looking down on the ground, and each one of my fingers had made its own puddle from the river. 10 puddles, like drip, 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 from the fucking sweat coming off me. I'm like, that was a tougher question to answer. He goes, you just didn't rob some lady of her jewels, did you? Wah, 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 wah. Next up, Orange County Jail.